Hey everyone, it's Len here at 1A Auto. Today I'm working on a 2013 F250. We're doing a left rear window regulator. It's going to be a fairly simple job. I want to be the guy that shows you how to do it. If you need any parts, you can always check us out at 1aauto.com. Thanks. First thing we're going to want to do is locate where all our mounting bolts are. Okay, so feeling along the bottom, I've got one right here. I'm going to come across. Just keep feeling, see if I feel any more. All right, so I've got the one, like I said. Okay, now I'm just gonna come right here. This piece right here should just pop right up. So I'm just gonna try to use my trim tool, see if I can get it to pop up. You don't want to use something like a screwdriver in this instance, obviously. It's your truck, you can do what you want, but I would go with something that isn't gonna break anything. Here we are. So we'll just take this, check our wiring harness. I always check them, make sure there's no funny colors. Rainbow colors in this instance aren't always the best. Here's the little clips, make sure they're both on there. Those just press into these little slots. We'll set this aside. So I've got my 7mm. I've got my one screw here. So I'm just gonna take that out. Turn to the left, you can use a ratchet, but it's a 7mm head, okay? I'll put that where I can find it. There's another screw head there, and another one located right there. So I'll just pull these out. There it is. Get that out. A little magnet. It's the same. Just grab the other one. All three are the same, can't mix them up. Here we go. All right, so we know we've got all our mounting screws out. There's nothing else that can be felt. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my trim tool. You can use something like this, or if you have a skinnier one, it might be easier to get in to get it started. I usually start at the bottom. I'll just try to weasel it in under there. And then I'll just give them a little tug. Okay, so this doesn't feel like it's a pull out. If it doesn't feel like it's pulling out very easy, then it's probably a pull up. All right, so let's try that. Here we are. So that's an easy way to tell if you try to use your trim tools and it doesn't want to pull out easy, then it's probably a pull up. So here we are. Now we're behind here. We've got our wire off right there. We've only got one speaker wire left. There's a little push in the center right there. Just gonna squeeze it, pull that off. So a push. Now we've got our door panel off. Okay, so now to get behind here, we're gonna have to remove this plastic. Okay, we want to be careful not to tear it, or at least as careful as we can. It has adhesives. Just kind of holds it to the door, so just go slow, wiggle it back and forth. There we go. I'm just gonna do that down the whole side of the door over here. I'm gonna try to bring it back. So I'm just gonna remove it back as far as I can. You can remove it completely if you want to, or if you feel like you need to. We'll see how it goes. But first I'm gonna come up here. I'm just gonna use my trim tool. I'm gonna try to pop this out of the door. I'm just trying to be careful not to break it, because I would like to get it right back to where I took it from, obviously. So there we are. Very nice. Now we'll continue with this. There we go. Just continuing along here. Like I said, I'm trying to be careful not to tear anything. There might be some areas that get a little rip. You know, you can tape it back up if you want. It's not really an air seal so much. There we go. You can see in there pretty good at this point. If I need to go further, I'll go further, but at least for me, this is out of my way. So now all right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and connect my window switch again. I'm gonna try to bring the window down to the point that I can reach the access screw. There's going to be a bolt here and a bolt someplace probably close to here, and that's just going to relieve the the mounting points for where the window connects into the regulator. So I'm going to make sure everything's out of the way. I'm going to bring the window down. So there's one right there, one right here. So that's good. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn off the key. I'll take that switch back off and move along. All right, so we'll get our switch back out of the way. I'm going to remove my 10mm here. Probably don't need to use an air gun on something like this where, you know, too much vibration probably wouldn't be the best thing for it. Just going to leave that in a little bit for now. There's one. The other one's probably going to look the same, but before I go ahead and do that, and I start moving things around, I'm just going to try to disconnect the actual motor. So there should be a little push, I believe, on the side here. Okay, so here it is. All I did was take my pocket screwdriver, push right there. You can try to use your finger and push that in if you want, and then just pulled it down. What I did is I just pushed it right in between here, and then I twisted, and it brought the thing down for me. So we get that off of there now. All right, we're gonna make sure we have some tape ready, because once I take this out, I'm gonna bring the window all the way up, and I'm gonna tape it up. You can use like maybe 2 or 3 strips of tape, probably 3. I'm sure it's probably an expensive window, so tape's cheap. Okay, got my tape ready. I'm just using masking tape. If you use duct tape, it's gonna cause issues, you know, sticking to your paint and all that stuff. So just gonna give this a little wiggle. Should want to go right up. I'm gonna try to get on the other side there. Step up on here. Basically, I'm just gonna try to tape both sides. It's not the prettiest tape job. We'll do a few more. Do a couple extras. Like I said, it's probably a pretty expensive window. Tape's pretty cheap. Cool. All right, so the window's up. It's disconnected from the regulator. Now we can start dismounting the regulator. There's a 10 here. Looks like we got right here. This is where the motor is. 2 there, 1 here, 1 down there. We'll try those, and we'll see if there's anything else we're missing, but that should do it. All right, so I've got my 10mm. You can use it on a ratchet, whatever you've got. I definitely wouldn't use an air gun, like I said before. Something like this seems to work fairly decently. Just a nut, okay? That's holding the top side of this. Right here. That's the bottom side. Now this whole side can move around, right? So that's all ready to come out. Those aside where I can find them. I'm gonna come over here. This one I'm gonna leave on, but I'm gonna loosen it, and then I'm gonna be able to pull it up to this hole. There we are. Okay. Let's check where we're at real quick. We seem to be moving around fairly decently. Just want to take a peek. Okay. Let's leave this one here for now. All right, I'm gonna have to take this nut completely off. It's okay. So now is just the point of getting it out. There's some stuff around. Nice and easy. There we are. Now we've removed our window regulator. All right, it's time to get this window regulator back in. Let me get our wiring out of the way. Just set it wherever you can that you won't forget it, because we're gonna need to install it. So something to think about when you're putting this in, however you need to do it, weaseling it around. You've got your stud here, your stud there, here, here, and here. All those studs need to face out towards you, right? So if you're trying to install it this way, or maybe, I don't know, whichever way anybody could try to figure out how to do it, it's all gonna be wrong unless the studs are facing towards you. All right? Oh, I got one more wiring harness here. Get that one out of the way. I don't want anything getting caught. Now I'm just gonna try to weasel it in. Your vehicle might be a little bit different, but basically just get it in there, okay? I got my stud in up here. I'm gonna see if I can figure out where my stud is for the bottom. I can see my finger. There we are. So we'll just get a couple. Okay. So we've got two different nuts here. We've got one with a big washer and one with no real washer there. The one with the big washer goes down on the bottom here. And these are just 10mm heads, so there's nothing special about them. I've got my top one. This one's a little harder to reach. It's the one with the small head. Oh, see that? Okay. Just get it on there. Just get it started. Cool. So I've got all those. I'm just gonna grab my other three nuts here. All right. I've got my other three nuts. They're gonna go on the motor end of it. Okay. These studs just kind of press through. Easy peasy. I want to make sure that I get my wiring harness back out of there first. Just like that. Okay. All three are the same. Nothing special about them. Start them all. There we go. Now we can just tighten all these up and we'll move along. So we've got our electrical connector. That's gonna go into the bottom side of the motor here. Okay, gonna reach my hand up in there. I'll listen for a click noise. There it is. Give it a little tug. Feels good. We know we've got everything secured. Very nice. Okay. All right, so now it's time to bring the window down. Glass is delicate, it's fragile. My safety glasses, there they are. Just gonna put these on just in case the unfortunate happens, but I'm gonna hold on to it as tight as I can. I'm just gonna break my tape and I'm gonna slide it down nice and easy. There we are. Just trying to bring it down so everything lines up here. It's got little hooks right there, right there. Cool, in like sin. Perfect. We'll grab our 10mm. They're both the same. Not going with anything too crazy like an air gun. Too much vibration for glass probably isn't the best idea. Okay. Grab my extension. Just gonna screw this in. Make sure it's nice and snug. There we go. This one feels pretty great. Get these back out of here. Take our tape off. You can do that any step you want, really. It's a distraction for me. Okay, I get the tape off. I'm going to recycle that. I'm going to grab the vapor barrier. Bring it over here. Just going to see about getting everything lined up. Make sure we got it going the right way here. Gonna flip it and flip it and flip it. This part went up here. Okay. Pretty easy. Try to line everything up. These holes, it's important to have it lined up with because that's where your panel is going to sit into, right? So let's get it all stuck back on there. And grab our little cables. These actually come up and through here. Just like that. This needs to come down a little bit to get screw holes. So let's see if I can get it down. You can spend as much time as you like doing this. It's probably still never going to come out perfect, so I guess it depends on your definition of perfect. There we go. Seems pretty great. Now we can move along. Okay, time to get this prepped up. We're going to take our speaker wire. We're going to get it back up where we took it from. There we are. Okay, I'm just going to tuck this behind the handle. Makes it look nice. Get this all going. Looks pretty great. We've got our door panel. Got our slot right here. Just going to go over that. And we've got all of our little prongs going all the way around, okay? All those need to fit into these. All right, and then of course this. You know, this is all going to get reattached. So, remember when we were taking it off? This went right here. So I'm just going to latch this in now while I'm thinking about it. It's easy to forget things like that. I'm going to see if I can't grab our wire and get this up to where we're going to need it, because it's going to be super hard to get to once the door panel's all back together. I'm going to get our lock. Odds are you're going to push down on the lock right now and lock your door, so make sure that you have access to getting into your vehicle at this point. Just make sure everything's pushed in. Okay, let's give it a feel. If it feels like it's bulging out anywhere, I probably don't have to tell you, but it's probably not latched in, right? Door lock still works. I can hear it over here. That's great. Got our window switch assembly. Just gonna go ahead and take that. I'm gonna listen for a click noise. Sounds great. We still got our little mounting hardware here. Get it lined up. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. There we go. Okay, we've got a hole here and two holes there. Got our 3 screws. We'll get them in. Just gonna crank this puppy up a little bit. Okay.
Thanks for watching. Visit 1aauto.com, your place for DIY auto repairs, for great parts, great service, and more content.